Ever wondered if history is just a collection of dry dates and dusty textbooks? Imagine a world where the past is full of strange rituals, bizarre customs, and surprising truths that defy everything you thought you knew. Today, we invite you to journey with us through 20 weird history facts that sound completely fake, but are absolutely real. Fact 1. In medieval Rome, parsley wasn't merely a garnish for your salad. Instead, it was carefully placed on graves. This herb symbolized death and the afterlife, linked to the Roman god Mars. Picture a somber procession, with parsley offered as a token of respect for the departed souls. It seems that even in mourning, ancient people sought to weave nature's humble green into a tapestry of mystery and reverence. Fact 2. Now, let's debunk one of history's most persistent myths. You've heard the jokes about Napoleon being short, haven't you? Contrary to popular belief, Napoleon actually measured around 5'6", a height which was perfectly average for his era. The idea of a diminutive emperor was mainly a tale spun by British propaganda cartoons designed to mock him. So next time you hear tales of a tiny general, remember that sometimes history is more about perception than fact. Fact 3. In ancient Egypt, some customs make modern pet owners blush. Egyptians mummified their beloved cats. These weren't just pets, they were cherished companions and sacred offerings. Families would preserve their feline friends in intricate rituals as both acts of devotion and symbols of spiritual protection. Imagine the care with which these mummification processes were carried out, all to honor a creature that had given so much joy in life. Fact 4. History often shows us conflicting attitudes toward animals. Consider Pope Gregory IX, a man renowned for his fervor. He declared that cats were under the sway of Satan, a statement that led to the mass extermination of these animals. Ironically, this tragic act might have had an unintended side effect. With fewer cats to control the rat population, the spread of the Black Plague was inadvertently aided. It's a grim reminder that fear and superstition can sometimes have catastrophic consequences. Fact 5. From the somber to the surprisingly delightful, consider a time when a sneeze was celebrated. In ancient Greece, a simple sneeze was not greeted with annoyance but with excitement. It was seen as a divine signal, an omen of good luck, or a message from the gods. Imagine the communal cheer that might have followed a well-timed sneeze. In a world where even bodily functions could carry meaning, life was a series of unexpected blessings. Fact 6. Another curious belief comes from the magical world of ancient Egyptians and their trust in nature's bounty. They believed that onions had the power to ward off evil. So much so, they placed onions in the eye sockets of mummies. The intent was to protect the deceased in the afterlife by using the protective magic attributed to the humble onion. Fact 7. Layers upon layers of symbolism and literal layers of wraps became intertwined in their mummification process. History sometimes serves up moments of pure absurdity. Napoleon, in a bid for a bit of leisure, once organized a rabbit hunt. However, in an ironic twist, the tables turned dramatically. As soon as the hunt began, they were not the hunters, but the hunted. The rabbits, in overwhelming numbers, swarmed and attacked Napoleon and his men. This flurry of furry critters forced even a man of Napoleon's stature to retreat in dismay. It serves as a crunchy reminder that nature can humble even the most formidable of leaders. Fact 8. Let's now soar to the royal courts of 16th century England. Queen Elizabeth I, known for her commanding presence, claimed ownership over all swans in the kingdom. This was not a mere eccentricity. It was an assertion of sovereignty over a majestic creature gracing the skies of England. Even today, remnants of this royal prerogative linger, with legal windows that acknowledge such an ancient right. It's a fascinating blend of power, tradition, and the natural world. Fact 9. Medieval Europe wasn't without its own peculiar superstitions. Some believed that certain individuals might transform into vampires after death. To thwart this ghastly possibility, authorities devised a method that sounds straight out of a horror tale. They buried the deceased with small rocks stuffed in their mouths, an attempt to ensure that even if they awoke, the rock would hold them down. This chilling practice reminds us of a time when fear of the unknown drove people to the most extreme measures. Fact 10. Imagine a time when your favorite condiment doubled as a cure-all remedy. In the 1830s, ketchup, the staple of many a meal, was hailed as medicine. It was peddled in the form of ketchup pills, touted as a cure for ailments ranging from diarrhea and indigestion to jaundice. Though it might sound comical today, this moment in history was a genuine attempt to blend culinary delight with medicinal prowess. It's a testament to the inventive, and at times desperate, measures to find relief in everyday items. Fact 11. The Olympics we know today have evolved dramatically over the years. There was a time when tug of war was an official Olympic sport. From 1900 to 1920, competitors engaged in this age-old test of strength and teamwork, with the United States notably sweeping the medals in 1904. The idea of athletes pulling on ropes for gold seems almost quaint now, yet it was celebrated as the pinnacle of physical and strategic prowess in its day. Fact 12. Abraham Lincoln, revered for his role as one of America's founding figures, was also practical in ways few might expect. His iconic top hat served not only as a symbol of his stature, but also as a portable filing cabinet. Lincoln would store letters, important documents, and notes right in his hat while on the move. It's a quirky blend of style and ingenuity, reminding us that even the great men of history found novel solutions to everyday challenges. Fact 13. Consider the ancient halls of Oxford University, founded around 1096. This venerable institution is more than 2 centuries older than the Aztec Empire. Such a timeline defies our common historical narratives and reminds us that the lines of time often intersect in fascinating ways. The rich layers of history in places like Oxford whisper stories of human endeavors spanning millennia. Fact 14. Ancient Rome, with all its grandeur, also bore witness to the unique phenomenon of female gladiators, known as gladiatresses. These women stepped into the arena to fight, challenging gender norms and the spectacle of combat. Although rare and often seen as novelties, their presence provides us a glimpse into the complex dynamics of ancient society, a blend of strength, defiance, and tragedy carved into the annals of history. Fact 15. The Statue of Liberty, a symbol of freedom and hope, had another role in its early years. Before becoming a monument, it functioned as a lighthouse. Its glowing torch once guided ships safely as they approached New York Harbor. For a brief period, this colossal figure of liberty also served as a beacon of practical navigation, merging aesthetics with utility in a way few monuments have ever done. Fact 16. History can also be surprisingly solemn. Some historians have theorized that Alexander the Great, mighty conqueror and strategist, may have been buried while still alive. A condition that slowed his heartbeat and breathing could have led to a grave mistake, being declared dead prematurely and interred while his body still clung to life. This unsettling possibility evokes shivers, challenging our very notion of what it means to truly rest in peace. Fact 17. In 1896, the world witnessed what might be the most peculiarly brief conflict in history. When Britain engaged Zanzibar in a war that lasted a mere 38 minutes, it set a record that still resonates today. The sheer brevity of this war, resulting from a swift and decisive shelling of a palace, stands as a stark reminder of how conflict can sometimes be resolved almost as quickly as it ignites. A moment of history that was over before many had time to blink. Fact 18. After serving as the first president of the United States, George Washington surprised many by embarking on a journey that diverged sharply from the political arena. Instead, he became a prominent distiller. His whiskey distillery was one of the largest of its time, showcasing a side of Washington that blended entrepreneurship with a taste for fine spirits. This lesser-known chapter of his life paints the founding father as not only a leader but also a master of the craft of distillation. Fact 19. The Soviet Union, known for its serious and often stoic demeanor, wasn't immune to moments of revelry. Following the end of World War II, celebrations erupted so wildly across the country that reports suggest Russia actually ran out of vodka. This shortage wasn't a sign of scarcity, but of sheer, unadulterated celebration. Drinking became a national affair, highlighting how even the steely resolve of a nation can be softened by the lure of a good party. Fact 20. Long before the age of buzzing alarm clocks, another character held the morning shift, the knocker-upper. These professionals roamed neighborhoods armed with sticks and pebbles, gently, or sometimes not so gently, tapping on windows to wake workers. Imagine having someone whose job was solely to break your slumber with persistent, rhythmic knocks. It's a quirky testament to how necessity often drives the creation of the most unexpected jobs. As we wrap up our journey through these 20 wildly interesting historical facts, let's reflect on the profound message that history is far from mundane. It's a rich tapestry woven with threads of humor, tragedy, ingenuity, and downright oddities. Every fact we've explored today challenges the conventional narratives you may have learned in school, urging you to look deeper into the past with curiosity and an open mind. History, as it turns out, is not just about great battles or legendary leaders. It's also about parsley on graves, sneezes that herald divine messages, and top hats that double as briefcases. It's about a world where the unexpected was the norm and nothing was taken for granted.
Through these quirky anecdotes, we are reminded that every chapter of history offers a lesson in resilience, innovation, and the human spirit's relentless pursuit of meaning, even if that meaning comes wrapped in fantastical tales. Which fact surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit like and subscribe for more intriguing historical stories. Thanks for joining us on this witty and wondrous journey through time. Enjoy the oddities, celebrate the unconventional, and let history continue to amaze you every day.